The museum is quiet at night. That's the first thing you notice. Not the silence. Museums are never truly silent. There's the hum of the climate control system, a low drone that vibrates through the marble floors. There's the occasional click of a pipe expanding in the walls. There's the distant sound of traffic from the street outside, muffled by thick stone. But the quiet is different. It's the quiet of things that have been still for a very long time. Frank knows this quiet well. He's been walking these halls for 3 weeks now. Every 2 hours, the same route, past the Renaissance paintings on the second floor, through the Egyptian wing on the first, down the corridor of Greek pottery, up the staircase to the natural history exhibits. The same footsteps, the same echo, the same stillness. He was a police officer for 22 years. He's used to nights. He's used to empty buildings. He's used to the particular loneliness of being the only person awake in a world that's decided to sleep. The museum pays better than security at the warehouse, and the work is easier. Just walk, just watch, just make sure nothing moves. That's the thing about a museum. Everything is supposed to stay exactly where it is. The paintings don't move. The pots don't roll off their shelves. The skeletons don't rearrange themselves. And the statues especially, they don't move. That's the whole point. They've been standing in the same position for decades, for centuries. They're the most reliable things in the building. Frank notices it. On a Tuesday, the Egyptian wing, a statue of Anubis, the jackal-headed god, stands at the end of a long corridor. It's made of dark granite, about 4 feet tall. It faces the east wall. When Frank starts his shift, he walks past it. He comes back 2 hours later. It's facing the west wall. Frank stops. He looks at the statue. He looks at the floor. There are scuff marks at the base, thin lines in the polished stone, as if something heavy was rotated. Frank checks his radio. Nothing. He checks the security monitors at the front desk. The cameras show the Egyptian wing. The statue is still. No one has entered. No one has left. Frank stands there for a long time. Then he walks on. He completes his route. He comes back 2 hours later. The statue is facing east again. The scuff marks are still there. The next morning, Frank sets up his own camera, a small thing, hidden behind a display case. He points it at the Anubis statue. He records all night. When he reviews the footage at home, he watches the statue for hours. Nothing happens. Then, at 3:17 a.m., the head turns, not the body, just the head. Slowly, smoothly, like someone is gently pushing it. The stone eyes catch the light. They gleam. The head turns until it's looking directly at Frank's camera. Then it stops. It holds that position for 11 seconds. Then it turns back to its original position. The body never moves. Frank deletes the footage. He watches it once more before he does, just to make sure he saw what he saw. He did. The head of the statue turned. It looked at his camera, then it turned back. He doesn't quit. The museum pays well. He needs the job. He has a daughter in college. He has a mortgage. He has a life that requires him to earn money. And the museum is willing to give him money for walking around and looking at things. So he keeps walking. He keeps looking. He just doesn't look at the statues anymore. He changes his route slightly. He walks through the Egyptian wing, but he keeps his eyes on the floor. He counts his steps. He thinks about his daughter. He thinks about what he'll have for breakfast. He does not look at Anubis. He does not look at any of them. The pharaohs with their stone eyes. The cats with their polished granite faces. The sarcophagi with their painted portraits. He walks past them all with his head down, and he does not look, but he knows they're looking at him. He can feel it. The weight of stone gazes on the back of his neck, the particular pressure of being observed by something that has all the time in the world. The statues don't need to move. They just need to wait. They've been waiting for thousands of years. They can wait a few more. Frank works at the museum for another year. He never sees the statues move again. But sometimes when he walks through the Egyptian wing, he notices new scuff marks on the floor, small ones, near different statues, as if they've been practicing, as if they're taking turns. He doesn't tell anyone. Who would believe him? A retired cop seeing statues move in a museum. They'd say he was losing his mind. They'd say it was the loneliness of the night shift. They'd say he was tired. And maybe he is tired. Maybe that's all it is. But on his last night, his final shift, before he retires for good, Frank walks through the Egyptian wing one last time. He keeps his eyes on the floor. He counts his steps, and as he passes the Anubis statue, he hears something. A sound so faint it might be the air conditioning, or it might be stone grinding against stone. A low, slow scrape, like something heavy turning its head. Frank doesn't stop. He doesn't look. He walks out of the museum. He drives home. He never goes back. The museum hires a new guard, younger, eager. He walks the same route every 2 hours. He knows every room, every display, every statue. On his third week, he notices something in the Egyptian wing. A statue of Anubis was facing east when he started his shift. It's now facing west. The security cameras show nothing. The night is quiet. The statues are still. And somewhere in the dark, something that has been waiting for a very long time continues to wait. Patient, stone unblinking. Sleep. Now, the museum is closed. The guards are watching. The statues are standing still. And you are safe in your bed, far from the Egyptian wing, far from the granite eyes that turn in the dark. You are safe. The rain outside your window sounds like footsteps on marble. Gentle, rhythmic, constant, and in the morning everything will be exactly where it was left, but somewhere in a building you've never visited, in a wing you've never walked through, a statue is turning its head, slowly, silently, looking at something only it can see, and it has all the time in the world.